Alrighty. So I wanted to give the demo a go. This demo, I believe it runs for 2 complete seasons. It's time locked to that. Oh, hang on. I don't want that noise. You, go away. Otherwise, things will get flagged, and then generally we'll have a bad time. This is a beaver simulator. And because this is definitely the first time opening, because this definitely is the first time opening, I definitely didn't know that there was multiple factions of beavers that you could choose from. So, free spirits by nature that specialize in surviving in desolate land through sheer determination. Like unique characteristics of their distant full game cousins. Hang on. So does that mean these are demo only beavers then? Or is this representative of the full game? I mean, we got the Iron Teeth, who have defected from the ways of the Timbers. In other words, these are going to embrace metalworking then. Ingenuity, there's that word I can't say now apparently. Efficiency and disregard for the environment. I like the sound of these guys. I want to see what's going on with them. Unfortunately, they're not available in the demo. Can't put DSP down. Want to play some Red Dead Online today? It hasn't happened. What's interesting is I haven't been able to put down Borderlands 3. As such. Plain. We've got 2 maps. Do we? Plains? Canyon? Plains and Canyon. Where's your invite? Tell you what, I'll have a look at what DLCs I can buy while they're on special, and then we'll see how we go. Hey, it's Super Chip. How you doing? So I reckon we'll start with the plains, and if we have time, we can spin around and do a second one. Don't need the DLCs. I already finished the main story. 35 episodes behind. That's a long way behind. What you need to do is to make sure to follow on YouTube there to make sure you stay up to date. You doing good, Super Chip? That's wonderful. Hey kitties, how you doing? Hi. I don't know if anyone actually noticed, just randomly, I got the mask fluff going on. Alright, so... this is a city building game, as always. Ooh. We have an underground. Who knew? Who knew that was going to be a thing? Having an underground. So from what I've seen of this game, this is above everything else, a water management game. Because you can see there's this river here, and there's green all around it, whereas everything else is just desolate wasteland. Like up here we got dried out and dead trees, whereas over here we got healthy and happy trees. Now this thing here, this is our sort of our main... Oh dear. Oh dear. Just having a bit of a private moment there. Let me zoom right out again. This is our main beaver area, and this actually leads into the excuse me, the first interesting characteristic. I didn't realize this, but I noticed it when I was having a bit of a peek. It's actually made up of a warehouse stacked on top of a builder's hut and a lumberjack flag. So it's actually 3 buildings all condensed into one. You missed me? Aww. Anyway, what we want to do is start off with a log pile right about there. I'd say. Out there? Maybe. Yeah, something like that I reckon we'll do. We'll bush it up right up tight. And then we'll obliterate everything that we can. If we mark it for demolition, we will demolish it. At the end of the day, we are beavers after all, and beavers, they like cutting down trees. So we'll get on and do that. So we'll mark some trees. Yep, very good. We have some jobless beavers. Tell you what, let's make you a little less jobless. Probably a bad idea doing that. Okay, you're building. Good. Give you a little bit of a path. Oh, this is pokey sticks for paths as well. Do they actually? Oh no, they just need to build it. They don't actually need to provide timber or anything. That's good. Because paths can be a bit of a material sink if you're not careful. I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, we've got the woodworking here, another lumberjack flag, you could park that there. It's really cool. Can't remember the last time we had a city builder which had a stacking system like this that was any good. I really don't remember. Alright, next step. A water pump and a gatherer flag, eh? Alright, so we want some water, and we want a water pump. Pump. Mark that. I don't know. Where do I want it? Brink of shenanigans. How you doing? Hi. How are we doing? Sure. Park it there. Hey, look at me. How you doing? As well. Where was the hole? I'd say I'm doing pretty good. I'm awake finally. I didn't sleep well last night. It was meant to be super stormy yesterday, but it didn't really happen. +4 dB. Throwing down that prime. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, it was meant to be super rainy. Hey, it's a spellmaster. He lurks. But it didn't like it kind of did, and it evaporated up, and so it was just super hot and humid all night. So building dams, I mean, that's what beavers do. I imagine that you would also build dams maybe a little bit further than 5 seconds into the game as well. General. Food, gathering, have a little gathering hall. Or faster, damn it. Building lacks workers. I probably should cut back on the workers there. Need these eager beavers to start breeding. Alright, they're cutting down trees nicely. So more houses. Sure, I'll get right onto that. I'll file that under future me problems. Now me problems. Hey, keep it down. How you doing? Now me problems. It's coffee. I was wondering who would notice that, but yes, the beavers have explosives. One of the starting materials is explosives. just cause. Just cause. No other reason than just cause. Because why wouldn't you want to have explosives? Explosives make everything better. They're all having a schmozzle. What's that doing next? I don't remember now. Probably not even that important. Nothing wrong with everything's better with explosives. I don't know, I'm just going to follow the thingy that does the thingy. They must be in Canada because they're beavers, and they can't shoot things, they can only blow things up. How do the beavers control the explosives? I don't know. Could go either way. Looks like these are regrowing. I love all the little, yeah, the little sleeping mats. Yeah, I was about to do something, I forgot what it was now. It's probably important. Probably not important. Probably important? Probably not important? Something like that. One or the other. There's actually a little rampy ramp there. One thing I've noticed testing this out is that there's a limited range these things have. And you see how it's extending, as they build this road, it extends out. So roads do actually matter. They increase the range. Which is an interesting mechanic. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Although I'm pretty sure, thinking of the thing before, I'm pretty sure Canadians can have guns just fine. Problem is I told the builders to do all that. And they'll do that instead of actually doing the things I want them to do. There we go. Next one, a small water tank, eh? What a tank. Well, no, actually, I'll put it that side. There. And I'll just put more pumps here. I understand that this game is all about water management and water stockpiling. It's close enough to the middle of town. It's just a brisk walk around the corner. Fine. Could build some houses. Isn't a beaver's lodge the name that given to a beaver house normally? Yeah, thing that says solid down there means you can actually stack these. This leads to some interesting constructions. Oh, look at them all. They're all sleeping outside. Snoring, even. Possibly sneezing, too. I mean, the tutorial doesn't know that I'm not building it in the middle of town anyway. Sure. Wonder how high you can go with these. Actually, let's pull it back by one. Park it like... Even better still, maybe I'll put it behind... Oh, that was easy. Good luck. Very good. So should we put it like there? There. 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 Get a few houses. Maybe a little bit of roady road while we're at it. So we also got to work with. We've got storage, got... oh, science. I know science is a bit of a weird one. So we'll do that. Right about there. Seem to be gathering logs nicely. How are you looking? 56 out of 180. Very good. That thing's filling up. 13 out of 30. Doesn't hold that much. How's Gather Boy doing? Like a little, yeah, it's like a little campfire thing you can build too. A little bit of leisure. Things though they don't have housing. Okay. So yeah, as alluded to, and I was kind of blowing off, is you do actually need to build dams and crap. To stockpile water for the dry season. Which is coming. The dry season is coming. I'll hold on to as much water as possible. Oh, look at that! This bit's filled. This little bit here, demolish that little bit, filled in, and spread the spread that. Now, oh, they're all sleeping. Goals not available. The expand and collapse. I don't, as far as I'm aware, there's no statistics, so you can't see trends. So it's very easy to run out of food or water or any kind of material and not notice it because you can't see graphs of anything. Comfort, so some are missing thingies. They're missing some aren't in houses. 2, 4, 6. 8 adults, so that's enough for one more. Suppose I could lay them back to back as well. I don't know how... One thing I don't know is how the population management works. I have come across games in the past where you can manage the population by managing the number of houses. Like the Impressions games are like that. Hey, Inventor's Workshop is ready to go. Cut back on our builders so one can go in there and start pumping out science. There he goes. Hey! New high score. Yes, this game does actually have water physics as well, which is impressive. It's actually impressive. Ooh, that was a bit stuttery. Bit of a stutter. Otherwise, the game is actually running pretty nicely. This game is cool. This game is pretty cool. I haven't really done much with it, but it's already got me hooked, I'd say. Let's make a ton more water. There's been a lot of really mediocre this kind of game in recent years. And as much as it pains some people to hear it, I actually filed banished under that. I think this has got some interesting mechanics to it. Definitely the water mechanics are something fresh. Being able to build vertically, also, really nice. Definitely. I can't remember the last game which let you do that. Probably be going back to that early access game, Towns, I think. Even then it did a lousy job of it. Beaver has no job. No Joab. Here you go. I think if it Dyson Sphere when? Yes. It was okay, but it felt like it was a good start, and it was building up to something, and then that something never came. And then it was like, well, okay, that's a thing. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like it was building up to something, and then something never came. Okay. Yeah, it did sort of like an early alpha, and then that was it. What you got was what was it? Yeah, think about more food at some point. I mean, the berries seem to be doing the job, but I don't know how long that will last. I'm putting a lot of wood into that. That's actually a lot of wood goes into that thing. Yeah, there's a single river going... Oh, there's actually blocked up there too. Single river here going along. And so, being beavers, we want to dam it up. Because that's what beavers do. Oh, thingy. So there is remnants of human civilization still. Just a random Chonkan skyscraper. So presumably, that, yeah, gives you metal. I'm gonna hazard a guess it's not really a thing in this demo. Metal. I may be wrong. But I have a feeling it isn't a thing. Build queue seems very dependent on, or very much a build-in order of things which were queued up. So they won't mix and match build orders. They'll just flat out do everything in order that they find it. 10 out of 12. There's a few weeks after it came out. Bug at 600 pop pathfinding. Bug out and then we'll go death march to 1/4 of the map and die. I had a similar problem going above about 150, 200 population, was that they couldn't, eventually couldn't, well, there was actually a few problems. I couldn't produce wood and therefore charcoal fast enough. Like it was just physically not possible to produce any more. Probably would have helped if I had stone buildings, but at that point, stone buildings weren't really possible. I think that was before the quarry was added, or at least in its current form. Like it was a thing, but it kind of wasn't a thing at the same time. Impressive you got to 600 though. As I say, like I always had trouble just maintaining the materials. It was just too hard to do it, and it became incredibly unstable. Yeah, I know, it's 2 dry seasons. It's 2 full cycles. Alright, we're full of coffee and ready to go. The water actually has water physics going. Bell no.
Not jumping on the Dyson train.
Not today. But I do want to get onto that. It's just a kind of game which needs a lot of time for me to sink into and get familiar with, unfortunately. But thank you very much for that sub, either way. Visiting the northern cousins, eh? Oh yeah, eh? Sure thing, bud, there, eh? Thank you very much for that sub there, Bill, no way, also. There's some love and hype in there. Starts always. I have already been playing it. There's a VOD. Yeah, I do know it. there is a VOD of me doing the early map that I need to upload. Still. Conveniently, this thing will double as a nice bridge. Now. There is a power system in this game as well that we need to pay attention to. Bumper shaft there. We're interested in this because this leads us into the fancier woodworking part of the game. Let's chuck it there. Yes. I don't know how the water physics interacts with it, or how the water movement interacts with it as such. I guess it'll be a find out as we go. Yeah, the thing that I was saying before, the thing that's kind of been putting me off it is from what I saw, Dyson Sphere had a major balancing update, so it's changed everything. Which means you have to relearn everything. When you're short on time, it's kind of irritating. Speaking of city builders too, and rebalancing and things, remember Hammerting? That had a lot of promise too, and it never went anywhere. And then you remember Kingdoms Reborn? That had a lot of promise, and it never really did anything. Half the fun of Factorio. Factorio was easy to pick up and put down comparatively, because the core mechanics never changed. Like the core mechanics have been the same since like 2013. I did do the same thing with Factorio. I was aware of it back when the water changed color depending on temperature. And I was like, this game needs a little bit more time. And I finally bought it back in 2015. Right, how are we doing? Food is still a little low. So we got farmhouses, guilds, more gathering flags, still a farmhouse. Say. Now, I have already learnt that you actually need to plant crops like so. I don't know what kind of field, like what kind of area one farmhouse can cover. It's not very clear. I'm guessing it's just a labour thing. So I'll just throw as big a field as I can at it and see what happens. Thinking about Factorio too, if you jump on version 12, the science is simpler, but it's still nominally the same game. Like red science is still gears and copper plate. Green is still inserters and transport belts. Blue's different. Blue's back then was inserters and filter inserters, steel and red circuits and crap. And batteries. Playing DSP, like a decent game. It is a good game, definitely. The core of it is energy management, though. That's an interesting one, which I think does give it a nice, unique spin. Like this game having the water management being giving it a nice spin. Yeah, look at that. The pressure's really like because it's going around the dam. The pressure's really increased. It's really rushing around it. Like City Skylines kind of water system going on. I imagined if I could dam this space here, which I don't think I can do. I sort of assumed I couldn't. No, I can't build on top of it. It says solid, but I can't build on top of it. I'd say that I need box water buildings can be built on its top, yeah. I imagine I need a levee on the lower layer and then the dam on the top. DSP powers everything. Yeah, I mean, Dyson Sphere is basically an energy. It's an energy generator. Or a Dyson Sphere is an energy generator, and that's the game is, yeah. It's the angle they're going for. All right, we're building more stuff. We're running out of wood pretty super quick. Second run going for speed for victory. I still haven't built the yellow cubes of science in my game. I haven't picked it up in a week, or over a week now. Got food. Working. Got a carpenter to make planks. That was sort of the thing I was Oop, that wasn't what I save. Thing we were leaning towards. Aha! Easier than ever. I click on the thing. Goals. Oh, not available. I'm guessing that's comfort is actually finally completed. Yellow cubes at 2 hours 30. I actually wonder how. Oh, it was actually running. I actually wonder how quick it can go. So this forest is mostly regrowing. Does that mean these things last forever? Like kind of regrowing. Alright, we got some more water tubs. Come out, building. Oh, too far for builders, eh? Ah, yeah, because I haven't got that part. This path built. I need these trees out the way. Are you going for the there is no spoon equivalent? Berries are looking a little sad. Good. This thing just needs logs, just needs logs. Jobless. So that's not a thingy, that's not a thingy. Okay, so they can stay jobless for now then. Fuel in DSP, if you go faster, you have to make up for it in later parts. Wait, mass produce. I don't know enough to comment, but my feeling is that in Dyson Sphere, yeah, the early game is very slow. And I don't know if there's any way around it. At least it, unlike Satisfactory, it doesn't make you do everything by hand at first. And there are mods already. Of course, because of course there are mods already. Sponsor. Wanted the carpenter. Printing press. Paper. paper. Years. So, do they... Oh no, they just need logs, these shafts. They don't need, stuff and things. Food looks fun? Yeah, about that. Oh. More gatherers, please. I need them to get up there. Up here. That would help them do stuff. At least the beaver is gathering stuff. Well, we have 13 beavers right now. Let's see if we can see how we go. I don't actually remember if you have the thingy or not. Probably should. Find out. That's how we roll around here. Oh, no, never mind. I kinda don't do the regular as much as I used to, but I thought you'd been around enough for me to have done that. As to do so, well-rounded mod for dozens to add electricity pieces of software. Stack size multiplier enabling infinite energy or constant crafting noises. Hey, Cole.
30 months hype.
30 months hype or yes, however you say it in Finnish. But thank you very much for that sub there. Really appreciate that. Show some love and hype for Acol there. And honk. Don't forget the honk. We haven't actually had any honks yet. Let's hear some honks. What are we, koalas around here? Surely we want to hear goose honks. Just random. Yes, you are correct. Still at 13 beavers. They're still hungry. That's the sound these beavers are making. I may have killed... Oh, we're squeezing out some more, so it's all good. The beavers are squeezing out more babies, so it's all good. It's kind of flopping about a bit there. You are starving. Need the dam built. You'll see it rushing around. You're starving. A lot. Seems like a bit of an issue. Yeah. I mean, we probably don't need to stockpile that much. Oh, not deleting that. Yeah, the build queue thing is thick. It's completely rigid, and I can see that being a bit of a disadvantage currently. There's another one that's done. Like, they will build everything in a fixed, flat order, in the order you place them. Although they did build the Gatherer's Hut sooner, rather than later. So maybe there is some prioritization going on. But they seem to only do things nominally in the order that you build them. Seeing as I built this first, they're going to do it first. Well, it's still at 14. We actually managed to have one grow up. So it's all good. It's still good, it's still good. Oh, one's dead. From hunger. Last one. Oh, is that two? Or is that the same one? I think it was the same one. The center of the screen. I was just looking at the log. Hmm. There goes another one. Just on the steps. See, they're building that now. Just not building the farm. I like pause that to stop them building it for now. Well, there's 2 to starvation so far. That's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Oh, there goes another one. Trouble is, there's now no wood. Get to those berries, sort of, but not quite. Another one just died. Yep. Well, that's mildly inconvenient. Can you get to those berries? There. I should have gotten onto the second gatherer flag sooner. Alright. Nothing or blueberry. Their spiral? Probably. Depends if we can get some... All I need is the road built here, and then the gatherers can go gather berries. As soon as the road's built, then they can actually reach it. Because you can actually see as the road gets built, this coverage area increases. So yeah, now they're actually gathering berries again. These new puddles. Bring your stuff back. Another one dead. And another one dead. Not Bono. The berries regrow. Yeah. They have a percentage on there. Quite slow regrowing though. Okay. I was actually hoping I could last a little bit longer than what I have with the berries that I got. Apparently not. It's also possible I overburdened with too much construction so that this didn't get done. Some of them seem to be fed though, having said that. I think we're sort of reaching that equilibrium. So we've killed off a few to meet the demand. Oop, just elbowed my keyboard. The keyboard. So yeah, we sort of equalised the in a roundabout way, we equalised the supply and demand. Job is kind of critical right now. Is that workers? No. I think lack of worker poisoning might be a bit of an issue. So gatherers are 2, builders 2, computer 1. Oop. 1. Yeah, cause also 2. It says builders 1 out of 4, but it's 1 out of 1. I'm out. That's all we can manage. Alright, turn you off, and hopefully one will go into there. It's 1 out of 1. I reduced it down to 1 out of 1. It's interesting because oh no, they're still 2 out of 4. It looked like they'd actually readjusted. The maximum had readjusted, but the maximum isn't readjusting. So it looks like you're not getting it when you are. Plus the worker on the farm. That just increases the limit. It doesn't actually increase how many are working there. I hope was the increasing it would, there we go. That should do it. Trouble is this takes like 5 days to grow. For a little, oh, another one died. um, Down to 5 workers. See, it's not good if it's just sitting there. It means that there's nothing in range. Right, you go do your thing. You know what, it looks like a fraction of the trees survive and to another generation. Up into that, yeah. I kind of want to move the thingy now. How about I pop it there? There. There. Just thinking about how to contain it all, like what I can put in here, keep this area clear in case I need more pumps, that kind of thing. I could have also just connected in any which what way. Yeah, so like a whole mechanical power system and everything. I'll feed into that. Make our planks. Glorious, glorious planks. I can't extend that path any further, unfortunately. Oh, look at you. Beaver's been busy. 20%. Yeah, 5 days. That'd be all good. Hopefully it lasts. Hopefully the town lasts that long. It's funny because when I looked at food and was like, oh yeah, it's cruising along nicely, and then suddenly it was like gone. There's no. That comes back to what I was saying, where there's no trend graphs. Like you can't see what's going in and what's going out. Can't see the production versus consumption, so you're kind of stuck. Like it's just sitting around like an excuse. Yeah, yeah. That's 50. That's a lot. At least we've got tons of water. We've got, what, 30, 60, 90, 120 water. 133 water even. Probably some in there, yeah. There is. 22% productivity, it seems underwhelming. As the beavers cut down the trees by just chewing at them. Speaking of... if we can focus fire and get the path built. It's handy that that was there, because it's a sheer cliff. You can't go up it otherwise. Could actually squeeze around. Another one died of hunger. We're down to 4. Okay then. Well now. No children. Just 4 beavers. That may be end of the line. No doubt. Dingo coming over for hi. Aha, dry season time. How you doing? Oh, 3. I think these beavers need to get breeding, or they're going to be in a bit of a problem. Oh yeah, now you're bringing the berries. You wait until everyone dies and then brings in the berries. The trouble is, there's probably not enough labour now. There what? I'm wondering if it's worth restarting and then keeping the food production in mind. What's the peak pop? I don't even know what the peak population was. Like, there's no way of seeing any of those stats. There's no statistics at all. Yeah, just wondering. I'm just wondering which option to do. Yeah, food is stabilized now because the next round of berries are ready. Trouble is that there's what? There's someone on. Well, there's at least someone on berry picking. Got the dam. You're on water for some reason. Like we need someone on water. Question which build version says. That's what it says. Timberborn Demo Win 64303 E22781F. That number will be the diff, the git diff or something. Make babies, damn it. I don't know if they can. Oh, they speak beaverish. It's not like I got the UI scale set to 125 or anything. Because D560 and UI scale is horrible. Although... It's still funny that got the berries sorted now. Trouble is there's no one to run the farm. In theory, it should be able to survive the dry season. In theory. I wonder if you can make an enormous dam as well. Like, you got 2 tiles of stuff here, so I wonder if you could just dam up 2 tiles here, or even more back here. Just dam it, like, way up to here, and make all of this area fill in with water. Oh, you'd have to dam off there too. But I do wonder if it's possible. Yeah, like, fill in all of this area. Yeah, you'd have to plug up that here, but you could give yourself a hell of a water storage area. Tap it there, so it flows out there, out here. I'm kind of curious to see. I'm kind of curious about stuff like that straight away. You flood your base? I imagine you can. I need these beavers to start breeding. Strange hour? Yeah, slightly strange. Also high. I am contemplating pushing... I mean, this is just afternoon for me. But I am contemplating moving the Saturday morning to Saturday afternoon. That way I don't have to get up super early. Hey, we have another beaver. Finally. A baby beaver was made. There's another game. There was. I remember playing it back in the 90s. It was like that, where you had male and female peasants, and to get more peasants, you had to have housing for them to make babies, and then they would randomly make babies. And the game had all the sounds for it as well, which is an experience in itself. All the sounds. Well, not all of the sounds. It was, what was it? It was like all of the sounds, sure. But it'd have the a little pop sound when they have the babies, and then the baby crying. No, it wasn't a sound, unfortunately. What was it? It was the popping. It was the pop and the cry of the baby coming out. And the male peasant going, "Well, hey!" every time he goes into the house. On a large population, you just hear that constantly. Not as bad as it could be. The funny thing is that game, I'm pretty sure, predates The Sims. I wonder if it actually still exists. GOG, what was it called? Yeah, that's it. Download on abandonware. What's it made by? It was called, yeah, Beasts and Bumpkins, that's it. There. The woohoo sounds. Yeah, this was it. I think it was actually, like, you can see, get an idea of, it's very, very low res. It was very much, I don't even know if it was a Windows game. Oops, something different entirely. That's something different entirely. Results, okay. Nope, not on there. Not a thing. Farm looks nice. It's yeah, doing really well. In fact, the crops are ready to go, ready to be harvested. If only there was some beavers to harvest the crops. Oh, we're dry season. Is the dry season upon us? Tell when the dry season's here, because the water should stop flowing. Yeah, dry season's here. It takes like a day. Oh, it is slowing down. I like how they just include the water source. They have no shame about it. Ugh. Can we see the water level going down? Oh, there it goes. Yep, there it is. See, stop flowing. And you'll see the land dry out around it too. The land just dries out, dies. Over here where we made the dam. Now you shouldn't be letting water through anymore in theory. So this is keeping this whole area irrigated. Oh, there's actually still sort of keeping water here for now. But at the same time, I don't know if that's just a graphical thing. I think it's just a graphical thing. I don't think it is actually still letting water through. Oh yeah, build the wheel also. The angle's a bit glitchy? Yeah, I'd say so. There's lovely scrap structures, shreds of steel structures in the background. Scene. It's kind of a shame that it doesn't let you hold on this angle. It just springs back. It wants to stay here. Okay. Now look at him go, building away. Exactly. At you. They have a higher pitch for children. I appreciate the Simlish that it or the beaverish, I guess you could call it, that it has. It's logs. Air down south. Oh, it did too. Yeah, you're right. Oh, except for this little puddle here. Yeah. But yeah, so this is all the water there is now. Interesting, the wheel still goes. I would have thought it would need running water, but no. Okay, good to know. Bad thing. The water level has dropped. I'm pretty sure. So the water level is going down, presumably to just irrigate everything. Sure as hell not pumping it, that's for sure. On the scale of timber and stone to stone hearth and banished is... How banished is this game? Yeah, I don't actually remember timber and stone. I'd say better than banished. That's for sure. Although I've never really liked banished that much. Had high hopes for that one. It's good. I'll give it that. It's better than Kingdoms Reborn, which is the same sort of post-apocalyptic theme that it's got going on. Better than, speaking of post-apocalyptic games, better than Frostpunk 2. Although Frostpunk has got a lot not going for it on account of the fact that it's not actually a city builder. It's a decision game. I like how they're just rebalancing this thing. It's like just idle busy work. Loving DSP? Innovative mechanic that table shit. Yeah, it's certainly an interesting spin on things. Like I've got a little dam going on here, which is keeping this whole area alive. Otherwise, it's just a desolate wasteland. To have a look at this here, just to make sure. There we go. Computers. My PC's not loving it at the minute. It's trying to do too much at once. I think it's otherwise fine. Yeah, everyone's all over Dyson Sphere program at the minute. Which is interesting because I heard a few people were like, yeah, I don't know yet. And then it was just took off. Like nothing else. Now the downside is that I did kinda sorta accidentally kill off most of the population. So I only have 3 adult workers at the minute. Still can't get over Factorio? It's Factorio. It's got a certain elegant simplicity to it, which is really hard to beat. #1 on Steam last week. I think Dyson Sphere is the first game to really match Factorio in terms of gameplay. Mr. Fox with a 15 months. Thank you very much for that. Show some love and hype and chonk in chat. There for Mr. Fox. If only chonk was a thing. Oh, I know how to make chonk a thing though. I take honk and then divide the speed by 25 and make it play 25%, like 75% slower. That's a chonk. Seem to be close to the same. Factorio, Bob's Angel, Seabok, Brave New World. Ooh, that's a big one. There's a big undertaking there. Hey, we have 4 adults now. What are they working on? Oh, they're both on lumberjack duties. One of you cannot do that, please. Or that, please. Gatherers. Oh, they're going back to the water pump. I want them on food. Enter? They're just bouncing between jobs at this point. There we go. Yeah, I've done 0.5 of a 2.25s of a playthrough of Dyson Sphere so far. I'm wondering whether or not to restart still. Hey, look, the water's back. You actually see the water level rising too. You see it pushing into there, filling up that again. How does it measure up? It does enough of the same and enough different for me to like it. The style is slightly different to Factorio, which I like. And it doesn't just try to straight out clone it, which is good too. Oh, what was that noise? Ah, happier than ever. Even though most of them died. I mean, I kind of want to just leave it run and see how we go. At the same time, like, not really gonna go very far. Breeding carrots, they are. Yeah, it wasn't a terrible price, was it? Oops. Not there, please. I kind of built the idea that you could have like that, yeah, or on the other side too. We've got 2 on farming now, apparently. Is it automatically making them hop jobs? Multi-level belts would be cool. That's the one thing that sort of got... In all honesty, I think that's the one thing that Factorio needs to keep as is having everything planar only, minus the underground belt, which technically breaks that rule. Having the 2D layout, no uppities, multi-level builds and things like that to really confuse and confound things. And underground pipe. Alright, you. It's slightly concerning that I'm not getting more baby beavers too. Sushi belts. Underneath these, sure. I mean, at least we got tons of carrots now. Food's not as much of an issue as it was. Comfortable combinators. My biggest problem with sushi belts is it always depends on everything, the consumption being equal. W key broke. That's random. Snuggling up, I see. Goddamn beavers, make babies. They're all in different houses or something? 15 and 34. Probably just going to be bouncing between the two. Hey, we got them together. What is your belt contents in use combinators? Yeah, I understand the principle of sushi belts. I've just never really seen the need for them. I mean, having said that, there was for anyone who remembers Shred Guy, he once had a belt dispatch and delivery system between builds, which was really interesting. It was kind of like sushi belts on steroids. Wild. It's like it had this factory which could produce, had like one central factory area and would dispatch parts to different parts of the factory as they needed it. All on belts, of course. Don't know where he went. He gave up on streaming, unfortunately. It was like, this is stupid, and it's like, nah, not doing it anymore. Max power. Oh, there it goes. I think there was a few things going on. He wasn't getting, like, the time investment for the money out wasn't there. He was getting annoyed with backseat gamers. He burnt out on Factorio because he played it a lot. And yeah, sometimes do see him around, but very rarely. Yeah, one day I was just like, no, I'm done. See, the thing is that they're not making more baby beavers. That one, very old. They did, yes. Is the game open to sell? No. This game is currently only demo at the minute. I believe that's all that's available. Yeah, so this thing lets you go for 2 seasons, 2 cycles. Cycles being these things here. Each cycle is, I think, was it 32 or 35 days? I've forgotten. I didn't catch it. And it has two paths toward a wet season and a dry season. So we're in the wet season right now, so there's plenty of water. When the dry season comes, then the river stops flowing. It makes life interesting. I'm kind of inclined to restart just because nothing's happening anymore. We're kind of stalled out. I was hoping that they would make more babies, but yeah, the last time was day 121 or day 117, so almost a year ago. Um, almost, or one cycle ago was the last baby beaver, and nothing's happened since, which is not good. Feel like the flood. Wish more games used water in interesting ways. Yeah, I think that's a killer feature for this. Is it's all about water management. Gives you a very or water management in the sense that it's resource or much more precise resource management. Like it makes and breaks everything. It's not like cold or winter breaks it. You know, you're not doing enough food and stockpiling enough food, which is kind of easy to break anyway. Like the water thing, the stockpiling water, really have to work on. Yeah, that's actually a good point. That's probably the only other game that comes close to this kind of management. I mean, this kind of management is very simple. At the same time, the water and gas management in Oxygen Not Included is super important because it affects everything. Like if you don't get your oxygen levels, like oxygen's easy to make in the game, but if you don't, hey, we have a child. But if you don't manage it correctly, the pressure gets too low, dupes get stressed out, machines overheat easier because they can't transfer heat into the atmosphere as easily because of lower pressure. There's just so many flow-on effects that makes it really interesting. We might actually recover it. You want to be fun, so seeing as though beavers have dynamite, might as well make use of some dynamite. Because why wouldn't beavers have dynamite? I should actually use it to flatten over here, mind you. Yeah, that was C. C. C does that. X. C. E. O. So you can only go one way. Shifts. Nope. Doing that as a store of water. More for the laugh really than anything else. Just because I had the explosives. But yeah, you could increase this area to increase the amount of water that's stored. I imagine. I don't know exactly how the water mechanics work in this. Let's back it up that. Oh. Hey, two childs. Pump water vertically. There we go. You see it expand the irrigated area too. These things pump water up, but they turn it into buckets. We also don't have water. It's a bit of a problem. It's a minor issue. But as far as I know, there's no water, no building that can lift, at least not in the demo, that can lift water up to another height. You need to be pumping water. Like that may be the case that like a large... I need gears for that. Like maybe one of these large tanks does something like that. I unfortunately don't know. Speaking of unfortunately... Running out of water a bit there. I really wish the maximum amount of jobs would actually update depending on what you set these to. Alright, we're up to 6 beavers. Oh, full. Hmm. Okay. There. Thing's almost at the end of its tenure as well. Alright, we're up to 5. I wonder if I can make it in a single recording segment. Go refill the coffee and then we can try the other map. Population is recovering. Probably should think about more water pumps too. In saying that, I mean, it's unlikely for him to actually get built anytime soon unless we have build. Oh, we do have a builder. Because another baby beaver grew up. These beavers would be so inbred. Actually really need these tanks full for the dry season. It's too bad there's no one to actually cut trees down or anything like that. Can I actually get to those? No, they can't, because there's no path. There. Now there's a path. Yeah, I'm really keen to see what comes of this game. This is something we'll definitely be doing when it comes out. It would be nice if you could just pump straight into tanks, though. If you could use something like the water wheel to pump into it. I wonder if that is a thing that you can do. Someone working that. There's someone working that. Planks. Nice. How long do these beavers live for, I wonder? Yeah. Mostly filled. Oh, we don't want to delete that. We want to turn it off. Ready for the skull drumming. Ah, dry season. The dry season approaches. So what's that? 16. I'm curious to see how many days we have of advance warning. That's 2. Hey, we got another tank. I love it, it's just redistributing it. I mean, you could just build bigger tanks, but why do such a thing? Looks like 4 days of warning before the dry season arrives. Maybe 3. Oh, it was 16, wasn't it, that I said? There's your skull drumming. Yeah, it was 16. It's like 3 or 4 days. You're just forever building tanks. Damn the upper area. Like up here, yeah, if I hadn't screwed everything up so badly, it would be more possible to do that. Trouble is, there's not really that much time to do much. Wood seems like a big struggle too. Gathering wood. I reckon it's something we can work towards though. We could run through this game a few times and see how we go, see how we do. I'm thinking I might just run this one through till the end, depending on how long it is. It should be pretty close, considering it's already the second dry season almost. Also, it is 3 days. Say that this thing reaches the end by the end of the 3rd day, by the time we get to 19. Yeah, run through this one and then see how far we can push it. Work towards just some stupidity. We're back down to 6 adults. Wasn't there 8 before? No, there was only 6. Make babies, damn it. I don't think they want to make babies. Wonder. I wonder what actually influences population growth. Might as well just unlock those. Hmm. I mean, at least we're stonked on water for now. Fully stonked. Here it is there. Yep, the water drained. Actually, going down. Yeah, it's going. Yeah, it was going down. Trying to see if this one's going down. I can't tell. Maybe. That water's still there. Yeah, it's definitely a little jank. Corneo, the witch and the what? Actually, speaking of, this actually already looks pretty low. It's probably because it's just fertilizing such a large area. What does the dam do? Stockpiles water. So the only source of water on the map now is this little bit here. Or there's 2 of them. There's one little bit here, which I made because of the dam that I built. There's also this bit here because it's a low point. But it'll dry out eventually. Fact. Yeah, it looks like it's gone down a little bit. Yeah, this is all the water there is. It's keeping the whole area alive. Otherwise, you see, over here it's all just dead. Up here where the water was flowing, it's also dead. "7.7 days, 10.9 days. I think it's just enough time for the dry season to end. Then it comes good again. Yeah, so in the dry season, it's finite water. If the water here runs out, then everything dries. All the crops stop growing, trees stop growing, these stop growing. So surviving the dry season is a big deal. You've got to stockpile water, you've got to stockpile a dam of water to irrigate. Or you've got to stockpile water by several means. Like I'm stockpiling water in tanks, but I'm also stockpiling water here to keep everything irrigated. Yes, it comes back wet. And as it turns out, beavers are not very keen breeders. How will, how will beavers survive as the dominant species in a post-apocalyptic universe if they're not keen breeders? They're not gonna win over the rabbits. The rabbits are gonna beat them. So where is everyone? Oh, there they are. Got tons of water and food for now. Oh, speaking of, two were just born. There we go. I got two more. Trouble is, it's really just a waiting game now. And you gotta wait for them to grow up. That's gone down by March. I actually do wonder if you have dam a larger area, if it drains quicker because you're irrigating a larger area. Probably what you want to do, I imagine, probably want to like cut a little bit into there just to wet it down, and then you just have this whole area as like a fertile area, and just build the main stuff up here where it's dry. Build your base up here. Build the city up where it's dry, and just use all of this irrigated land for farming. So anything not farming built on it is wasted space. That. Leftover. I'm not sure if the box is included in when I click on there. Was this game Banished? It's funny how everyone refers back to Banished even though it really wasn't that good. Um, although that's just my opinion. It's called Timberborn, which is a post-apocalyptic beaver building game. So you need to build a town to support your beavers, and you need to survive the hostile environment. And right now we're in the dry season, so the game has two seasons: a wet season and a dry season. And as you can see, the dry season, it's rather dry. Being beavers, the only way you can survive is by building dams to stockpile water. Yeah, it's another builder similar to Banished. Maybe not Pharaoh Cleopatra. And the other one, the Roman one, Caesar. Similar sort of thing. One of those kinds of builders. Oh, I remember the game that Banished was derived from. Lethis Path of Progress as well, I guess. Can't think. I know there's another city builder like it, but I just can't remember it now. I was saying before that you can stack buildings one on top of the other, which is similar to another game called, which reminded me of a game called Towns, which was an early access game which went nowhere. Yeah, you can build on top of buildings. In fact, your starting building is actually, as it turns out, it's actually 4 buildings in one. It's a warehouse, a builder's hut, or 3 actually. It's a warehouse, builder's hut, a lumberjack flag, or a lumberjack point, all in one structure. Plus some extra stuff to make it all work. So this isn't just one building that's plopped down, it's actually a bunch of them. So we're about halfway through the dry season now. And as you can see, that water level's significantly lower than it was last time I looked. Don't think quite empty yet. But there is potential for it to dry out. Just need my beavers to hurry up and actually get some wood together. Actually, no, can't. Alright. Gonna make a more direct route for them. An interesting mechanic that this game has is that workers won't travel an infinite distance to get somewhere. Paths will extend their range. So if I click on this, you can see the path. This path here has extended its range here and here. So a path can extend their range, but they have a fixed range regardless. That means you actually need to build paths too. Just means the lumberjacks won't go across the map to try and find stuff. But you can see there is a limit, like, the further the path, the less they'll want to travel off the path. So I imagine eventually if a path is so long, they won't go down the path. So looking at that now, yeah. So that's extended then. And I imagine getting this built would help with that situation. Pause those. Probably not going to need them. And lower now. Yeah, that's getting rather low. See, it's not far from the bottom now. Hopefully we'll still have enough in the tanks, even if the whole lot dries out. I don't have any more planks. And people are jobless. That's not ideal. Start turning these things on again. Starting to get a flow of beavers again. Trees grow as long as it's irrigated. Actually, trees won't grow for me because I haven't planted any. Yeah, nothing will grow out, see, like out here. There's like dead trees out here because it's just too dry. Actually also steel ruins here. Like old concrete buildings. Yeah, so you have to be near water, otherwise it's just a wasteland. Brutal wasteland. Yeah, I haven't actually done it, but what I need is a forester. But I don't have enough science points. Because I pissed it away on stairs there. That's actually extended their range there too. Sort of their range there. Did do a useful thing. Should do is actually like build thingy here. Then they'll actually go there. Now what I need is, oh yeah, the forester, and then I need to plant birch. Oh, need the forester. So yeah, I can plant. You need to plant trees, but I don't actually have the stuff unlocked to do it because of various mistakes that were made earlier in the playthrough. How low are we now? Probably very by the looks of that. Oh, it's gone. There you go. Right there. See, the water's dried up from the dam. Water wheel's dead. All of these crops, they'll die in 2 days because they're not getting watered. These will die out because they're drying out. These will die out. So yeah, brutal. All we got is the water left in these tanks now to survive on. That's all we get. So yeah, there you go. Still a little bit of water. Oh yeah, that's drying out too, slowly. I could potentially run a pump down there, but I think it's too far. Like, you gotta run stairs and road and more complicated than it sounds. Or more involved than it initially sounds. 5, 10. I just saw something increase. Oh, the babies grew up. 8, 9, 10, 16, 17 jobs total. Hmm. Yeah. Now we're in full-on drought. I wonder if this has actually been rigged. Surprised they're not actually harvesting too. Oh, the thing's full, that's why. So I'm actually going to lose these regardless. Like, because... Yeah, there you go. See, the crops are all dying now from lack of water poisoning. Hold on to the water, though. There is a... so when this situation happens, there is another thing called an irrigation tower, which I can't unlock. And this thing, you can build it and the beavers will fill it up with water and it will irrigate an area and prevent this from happening. So it's sort of like the next step after storing water in tanks and having the whole beaver dam thing. You distribute it out into irrigation towers. Also, blow something up. Yeah. Because for reasons, beavers get dynamite. You start with a bunch of explosives. I don't know how the beavers got the explosives, but they got the explosives. Yeah, when the dry season ends, the water flows again. I believe that's the end of the demo once the dry season ends. Fortunately, the dynamite doesn't... Yeah, there it goes. But yeah, 2 full cycles. Survived it pretty comfortably with water. We managed to get the population back up to 9. Which wasn't it? No, what do we have when we had the death wave? It was 13. Yeah, that's the demo of... So we killed 12. We survived with 9. 191 collective centimeters of teeth were grown. At least one? Yeah, at least... When you say at least one, yeah, definitely... It was definitely a number greater than 0 and less than 13. Yeah, and that's the end of the timed demo. I'm going to do it another run. I want to see if the other map goes, but I'm going to take a break first before doing that.